So, hello, Parminder. Thank you for taking the time to sit down with me today.
Yes, please.
So, I have some questions to ask, and the first one is if you can explain what spirituality is and what being spiritual means to you.
See, it means different to different people, right? For me, spirituality is that we are live in this world in which we call reality, but it's again based on your own perceptions. So if you ask, if I'm looking at you from my eyes right now, right? You are an object, I'm seeing through this media. If I'm a colorblind, I may not be able to see all the colors you're wearing, right? So my perception will be different, irrespective of having the same person sitting here. And if bees are seeing it or some other insects are seeing it, they see from a compound eyes, so the perception is different. So in spirituality, what it means is to know what really is beyond the reality. So this question only arises when you become a seeker. You're seeking and you're trying to learn who you are, who you really are beyond this physical means. Most of the people don't want to go there. So what they do is they take the support of a religion, they take a support of a belief system, they take a support of the culture, because they're not brave enough to ask that question. Spirituality enables you to become a true seeker and able to shatter everything. What is in your way? Your beliefs, your religious beliefs, your cultural beliefs, your personal beliefs, or any beliefs you got growing up as a child. So for me, spirituality is going to become a true seeker and able to find what is real and not able to accept what is given to you and experience that from your inner core, who you really are. And that's what spirituality is.
Okay. And so, how have you applied that in your own life? So, how have you gone through the process of seeking who you are?
I think this comes through a channel of maturing your pain. So when I was growing up, going to the school, I wanted to be an entrepreneur, I want to be a business person, like anybody else, right? You're chasing, you're trying to seek these things. But a point comes, all these things look totally meaningless. It doesn't really serve you. It is like you're seeking happiness, and no matter how much far you go, there's still nothing there. And then this question starts, what is the purpose of my life? Is why I'm chasing this thing, what I'm trying to chase for, because till now I was chasing without knowing my destination or which direction I'm going through. And then something happens in your personal life, life teaches you a lesson, either from a personal level or physical level, and then you start to go deeper into this thing, that why this is happening to me. And some guru or some incident happens in your life which gives you aha moment, this is what it is. This is why I was going through this pain. This is why I was not able to get something, because I was going away from myself. I was not moving towards myself. So this all started that journey for myself to seek myself, and for me that came through Osho.
Okay. So can you please tell me who Osho is? I know it's probably difficult to summarize it in a couple of sentences, but I guess if you can summarize him in the most profound way, what would you say who Osho is?
Osho is a mystic, first of all. A mystic who is rebellious in nature. Because I was talking earlier, we should not believe in belief system, we should not believe in our culture, but we are so scared and so fearful. You need somebody to pull you out. Mm-hmm. So Osho was a person who actually broken all those belief systems, all this traditional framework of ignoring the reality, ignoring the seeker, but going into the shelter of not knowing but accepting it. So Osho is a leader who says, unless you know yourself, you know nothing. Mm-hmm. And I'm here to help you to break those things. So he's a rebellious mystic guru who shatters everything for you to wake up. So If you go back in history, all these leaders, all these masters, I will call it, were rebellious in nature. You look at Jesus Christ, he was crucified. Why? Because he was rebellious. If you look at any other masters in the past, you will find the same instance where they were being challenged, where they were being. So he's a master of current age. He's a master of who is creating this new man. He's shattering this old man from you, and the shattering is basically the shattering of the belief and the cultures. Okay. So that's why he's really a true leader. So who really falls in love with Osho, right? That may be another question, right? It's not for everybody. But this is for people who tried everything, who practiced everything, and they couldn't get anything out of this thing. And then they say, okay, I really need a true teacher who can guide me, who can support me. For them, Osho is a right teacher. But to be there, you have to be a seeker. And to be seeker, you have to be really brave. Unfortunately, not many people are brave in our society.
Yeah. So I believe that you're one of those brave people because you actually had a personal experience with Osho. Can you please tell me about that?
Yes, you know, it's a very personal thing, right? So I was only 13 years of age when I got into, I was looking for myself. So I asked my father, you know, Dad, I need to find something, and this life doesn't make any sense to me. He said, okay, wherever you want to go, just let me know and you're free to go. So there was a dargah, this is a Sufi mystic place close to our home, and actually on our base also. We used to call Nagaja Pir Dargah. So I used to go there and I used to sit with them, I used to eat with them. I felt very comfortable being there because there was not any judgment. They don't really care what status you come from, what are your gains, what are your failures. And the reason for that was because I failed in my early life. So the society was rejecting me. So I wanted to go somewhere where people are not judging me. So I find a lot of comfort in that environment. And there I saw Osho's one. In those days, there was a black and white TVs. So I saw his program. So I got really fascinated to him. And then I decided to go meet him, but you can't really ask your parents to give the money. So yeah. We worked with our friends. We went to the Bombay, but going there, there's also a lot of negative sentiments because people who never understood Osho put it from a different perspective. Mm-hmm. So they challenged me from that perspective, and my mind acts, right? So I also start thinking about it, and I start coming back. Well, I'm coming back, my heart was breaking. I really want to meet him. So I asked them that when I came close to Lucknow, that you guys go, I will go to my uncle and I'll stay here. And I took the ticket and went back. I went to the ashram, and from ashram we came to know that he has gone to Bhuj. Mm-hmm. We went there. That was the naval base. And at the naval base I met him. So it was really a wonderful experience. In the early morning, he asked me to come and sit on his chair. He looked in my eyes. We only talked maybe 2-3 sentences, but there was so much more communication happening. So that was the moment I totally fall in love with him.
Yeah.